In this video, we play with lube. Let's do it. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another exciting video filmed in my driveway in the beautiful state of Florida. Welcome to 2020. It's the new year. Today we're going to be doing some maintenance on the Korg 4x4 rear LCAs. So, been using them now for about, I'd say, close to 3 months. They've been great, no complaints, but it's about that time where we start doing some, routine maintenance just to maintain and preserve the quality of these rear LCAs. So, you can see here, over there, it's about that time where we throw some more grease into these things, and we just check all, the torque specs on all this to make sure that everything's good after driving it for some time. So to do so, we're going to need to inject some grease up in there and on the opposing side over there for the Johnny bolt, like right through these little grease distributors right there. So to do that, I'm going to need a grease gun, and you're obviously going to need some grease. So to do this, you're going to need 2 things. Grease gun, like the one I have here. There's a bunch of different kinds of grease guns. This is the one I have. It's a cheaper one from Harbor Freight. I think it's about 15 bucks. It's the trigger handle one. And then, obviously, you're gonna need some grease. So this is the grease we'll be using, the Mollygraph multi-purpose grease. It says on the back here, it's recommended for automobiles, industrial, mining, and construction ball and roller bearings, bushings, sidings, chassis points, ball joints, U-joints, blah, blah, blah. So to me, that sounds pretty good. There's, obviously a bunch of different kinds of grease you could get. You could get, like I said, this is a multi-purpose one. So don't think you have to get this one. It's grease. I'm sure anything you use is going to be better than nothing. So this is what we'll be using. So now basically what we're gonna do is just load this up into here, and then we can start greasing these things up. For those of you that don't know how to load up a grease gun, this is how you do it. Okay, so now that the grease gun is all loaded up, we got to go ahead and actually start lubing up these joints. So see with this little connector right here, we go over the little greasing points on the control arms that I showed you earlier, the little nipples. You click that onto there, and then you just pump the trigger, and that's what injects grease. It's really just that simple. So let's go ahead and lube these things up. So you're gonna want to take this, link it up right in there so it goes in there nice and tight. I'm going to take the gun and then just start pumping grease in there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little hard to get it in. And once you're done, go ahead, pull that off. It'll be hard to see on video, but there's a little bit of grease coming out here, and then right over on this side, and then on the opposite side over there, you'll see grease up by where the bolt is. So that's when you know that this is fully greased. And then obviously when the truck is driving and that point's pivoting, that'll keep greasing the bushing. So you want to do this side. You also want to do the opposing side, the rear, front and rear, and then obviously repeat the process on the other side. And then that's really all that is to do to go ahead and grease these up. So it's a dirty job. Recommend wearing some gloves. It's pretty simple though. Just want to make sure you clean all this up afterwards so no dirt or sand or anything gets kicked up. So like I said, insert this right up into there and start pumping the grease. Definitely see a little bit of an overflow, and then you'll also notice some grease right up in there. You know, it would be a wise idea. I made the foolish mistake, have this facing down. I have them like that on the other side, but I neglected to do that on this side. Another important thing you should be using is some thread locker on the actual nut that holds the Johnny joint in place. I made a mistake and I didn't use a strong enough thread locker on mine, and it actually broke free after driving. Again, that's not really going to cause too much issues, but what will happen is the Johnny joint, which is supposed to be straight, will start turning left and right, and you'll start hearing the clanking noise, and I can't imagine that's good. But besides that, it's also very annoying. So you want to go ahead, make sure you use something stronger. I went ahead and got semi-permanent this time. So well, you're also going to need a pretty big wrench to tighten this thing down. So what you're going to want to do is, see, I already backed it out. This bolt is right here. You want to put some thread locker right in there, and then spin this bad boy down, and then tighten it as tight as it goes, and that should stop this Johnny joint from moving. So now that that's locked in there, you're going to want to go ahead and repeat the same process on the opposite side of the Johnny joint. You only need to do this in the front, because in the back there is no Johnny joint you got to worry about. But if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and put it on the actual nuts and washers that connect it to the frame rail, but that shouldn't be necessary if you are torquing these things to the required spec, and you're just keeping up on the upkeep and checking them every once in a while. Again, that's 110 to 120 pounds for torquing, so go ahead, just keep on top of it, check that. You shouldn't really need to be using any Loctite. So there you have it, guys. Not the most entertaining YouTube video, but something informative and something you should be doing if you have these adjustable control arms. These things are a lot of money. Mods aren't cheap. You might as well do the maintenance and maintain them. Keep them around as long as possible. I sure as hell don't want to be replacing those all the time. So, pretty easy job. Takes about 15-20 minutes if you got the right tools. So if you like this video, stick around for the next one. Got some more mods coming, so stay tuned for those videos. Diving back into the interior. Steering wheel still looking great. Gonna be doing the mod to the bezel next, and some other cool things that we got coming. So yeah, guys, you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button down below. Really appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button. I'll appreciate that even more. Drop a comment what you'd like to see, some feedback. It's always cool talking to you guys. Stick around for the next one. See you later, guys. Later.